Welcome to episode 20 of Regen Rovers, where today we're going to be coming up against a team from the National League. We're in debt. Minus £62,697. I'm spending too much money. I'm just spending too much money on wages. Not actually that much money is committed every week. That's the youth contracts, £180 a week. But when all these non-contracts kick in, the likes of Vince Boyle earning £425 every time he plays and £40 every time he keeps a clean sheet. We've got the likes of Fawkes, McCann and Agu on decent wages when they play as well. Luke Mooney, he's only on £5 a week because he's on a youth contract. We need more of those players. I think Sean Walker's probably earning decent money as well. £190 appearance fee. So, yeah. It's a gamble, I know. It's a massive gamble. We might bankrupt the club. I'm hoping Jack Young comes in and saves us and gives a bit of money to us from his plumbing company. He needs to. He needs to come in and take control, really. I hope I don't get sacked for this. I don't think I will. But if we go up, maybe we'll be a bit more stable. There's probably not much more money in the National League South, let's be honest. But eventually, we'll be fine. We'll get promoted to the Football League and everything will be fine. So yes, in today's episode, we are taking on Aldershot from the National League. They're 2 divisions above us. We're taking them on in the Hampshire Senior Cup, a winnable cup competition, but we've kind of had unlucky draws every year or we've just failed miserably. I can't see us beating this team. They're one of the only 2 teams from the National League in this competition, them and Eastleigh. I don't think there's anyone else unless the team has been knocked out prior to this third round. It's not. I wanted to go all the way in this competition and we've just had a really tough draw. But you never know. Our attacking style of play is wonderful to watch. It creates goals, it concedes goals. We've actually lost twice since I last saw you. Of course, in the last episode we drew 2-2 against leaders Kings Lynn. We thrashed Guernsey on the island 4-0. But 2-1 defeat against Gosport. I thought Luke Mooney had managed to win us a point thanks to this goal. Beautiful assist from Agu, by the way. But unfortunately they managed to score 10 minutes later and take the 3 points. We had 4 games in a row against playoff contenders, so they were tough games. Agu, he will score a goal or 2, and he scored twice in this game, but it wasn't enough against Slough. Great header there from a Courtney cross, and 2 minutes later we went 2-0 up, but we threw it away in classic Regen Rovers way. They managed to get back into it and it was end-to-end stuff, so many chances, cracking game of football. Back to winning ways against Tadcaster, ridiculous game. Agu got sent off in this game. 2 minutes after, we managed to go 1-0 up. They managed to get back in the game and make it 1-1. However, we did win it somehow. They were absolutely all over us. But Luke Mooney got the winner in the 55th minute. Wilkinson smashed it over the top for Paul McCann to run onto. Crossed it in, and Mooney, simplest of finishes. And he salvaged a point for us in this game against Tiverton as well. We didn't play particularly well, but once again, that partnership of McCann and Mooney. Nice cross in and Mooney at the back post finishing. So yeah, 2 defeats, a win and a draw since the last episode. Not the best form going into this game against Aldershot in the Hampshire Senior Cup. We're also going to be taking on second place Scarborough in the league today. As you will have already noticed from the series so far, I do like to have a few extra features to call upon in each episode. And I've thought of a new feature. It's called Question of the Day, and it's aimed at you really. I'm going to every now and then ask you a question and you can answer in the comment section below. Now today's first question is something I usually ask at the start of each series I do anyway, but I just didn't get round to it this time around. So the question is, where are you from? Stick it in the comment section below. It's just fantastic how many of you are watching from all around the world. It's really good to know that Regen Rovers has fans from everywhere, not just from Winchester, of course. Anyway, this is the team I'm going with to take on Aldershot away from home in the Hampshire Senior Cup third round. I've changed the back 4. We're sticking with a core own goal, but I've just completely changed the back 4. I don't want to waste £425 playing Vince Boyle in the Hampshire Senior Cup. I just can't do it. It's just it would be foolish. So I'm going with Mitchell at right back. Rob Mitchell, one of our Youth Academy players from last year. Michael Huxell, one of our Patreon Youth Academy players from a couple seasons ago. Already played a couple games this season. Joe Colburn, one of our older players in the team now, 23 years old. Richard Brown playing left back. He has been basically second choice left back for the entirety of this series, but this is only his third appearance of the season, all in cup competitions. Now, you'll notice I've changed the roles a bit. So I'm going... The ball-winning midfielder role just wasn't working. So a couple games ago, I changed it up. Wilkinson's moved into the middle as a deep-line playmaker, hopefully just sort of spreading the ball around from the central position. Jason Glenn is playing as a Carolero. I've never really used a Carolero before, but in the first game that I used it against Tadcaster, he got a 7.7. He played really well, and Kevin Wilkinson scored a goal as well. So it worked in that game. We'll just have to see how it works over time. I'm going to experiment with the midfield. The problem is we play very direct football, so we often bypass the midfield, so they don't get necessarily that involved in the game. Walker, and then our usual front three of Mooney, McCann and Nagu. I'm sticking with the first choice midfield and strike trio. Nice simple journey up to Aldershot Town then today from Plumbing Park. Here we go then. Big game against the Shots. They're currently 5th in the National League, so they're a very strong team. We're really going to have to play our best. But they might put out a reserve team because it is the Hampshire Senior Cup. We'll just have to see how seriously they take it. So they're playing Brandon Oddie. Up front might be related to Bill Oddie. And a regen, Charles Elphick. Oh, he is good. They must be playing... He's only made four sub-appearances in the National League. But look at him, the quality difference. 15 on finishing, and there's a lot of very good attributes there. Where did he come from? He came through academy. He looks really good. They're playing James. I mean, they've put out a second string team, but they are better than us with their second string team quite clearly. And my defence, oh my days, why have I put out this defence? I just wanted to rest because my defenders have been working so hard this season. We might get murdered today. We've seen some crazy cup games so far this season. 6-4 defeat against Gloucester. We won 5-4 against Team Solent in the second round of this competition. Oh, you might be in for a treat. Although we've not had a highlight until the 15th minute. Here we go. Here's Richard Brown cutting inside, putting a long ball over the top for Mooney to run onto. He's brought it down brilliantly. Mooney crosses it in and McCann hits the post. But so far, we've had all the shots against the Shots, strangely enough. But they're coming forward now, looking for their first attempt on goal. Berkeley Agyapong crosses it in, and that's 1-0. And it's him, Charles Elphick. Oh, I'd like to sign him one day. That's the quality difference. They've had one shot and they've scored from it. We've had 6. And now it's a dangerous position for a throwing to Aldershot. Oddie. No, we can break now. Walker up the pitch for Mooney with the pace, but he plays it over the top. Oh, here's Mooney, in fact. Mooney, he's got Agu in the middle. He's crossed in. Agu has to score, and he does. Ogachukwu Agu gets his 12th goal of the season. It's another assist for Mooney. We're back in this with a cracking counter-attack. It was actually McCann that came deep to collect the ball. Played it over the top for Mooney to run onto. Where was their defence? He dragged the last defender out of position, and Agu on the volley finds the back of the net. Let's keep this up. I'm surprised how well we're doing. Got some tired midfielders out there because I am playing my first choice midfield. Bit risky with Scarborough at the weekend, of course, but we'll keep with them for the time being. Richard Brown into Kevin Wilkinson, back to Brown, into Agu. This is nice play, but he unfortunately gives the ball away. But Mitchell should easily pick this up. He does. It's back to our deep line playmaker, Wilkinson. Jason Glenn, back to Wilkinson, into Sean Walker. He's tackled, but Glenn picks it up again. Wilkinson, nice ball out wide to Rob Mitchell. We need a good cross from him. It's back to Walker, and he makes it 2-1 with his 6th goal of the season. That was lovely play. Jason Glenn involved. Wilkinson with a brilliant ball to Rob Mitchell, and then he picked out Sean Walker brilliantly. Just stuck it in front of these defenders and behind our strikers. I might have to take Sean Walker off though. He's very tired. Richard Brown with a corner to the back post for Colburn. Heads it down for Walker, who gets his 2nd. He's on a hat-trick now though. Maybe we have to leave him on. Mooney's tired. I'm going to take him off for Forks and save him for the weekend. We go again. We're all over Aldershot today. They're non-existent. Here's Kevin Wilkinson. We've got Rob Mitchell in space again. Oh, he's been tackled this time. He's been floored completely, but he's after him now. Look, pressure. It's cleared. Colburn coming after Elphick. Here's Oddie, Bill Oddie. Sprays it out wide. They've only had 2 shots, and they're probably going to score from this, aren't they? Colburn clears though. Richard Brown, why are you heading it there? What are you doing? Elphick, 2 for them, 3-2. This is why they're a National League side. They're clinical. with their opportunities. Very limited opportunities. I think I'm going to have to make some changes. I will take Sean Moorcroft, he's dead. And I'm going to bring Ray Rigg on for McCann and play him behind. Here's Morgan Fawkes. Into Kevin Wilkinson. We've only got 2 up front now though. Here's Fawkes. Wilkinson. Nice ball over the top for a Goo. Oh, he's offside. That would have... Oh, what a volley. Corner to Aldershot. Crossed in. Oh, held by Okoro. Fawkes does well, but unfortunately he's given the ball away in the process of winning it. And Berkeley Agyapong coming forwards for Aldershot, looking to get the equaliser, and that's in. People keep saying I should keep it on attacking rather than changing when I'm in the lead. But this is why I feel like I should change, because we end up conceding goals because I've not done anything defence. I'm the manager. I'm going to do what I want from now on. I'm not going to listen to your tactical advice. You're the fans. You can berate me because I am the manager, but... You know, we just keep conceding when I keep attacking. It's fun, I know, but I think I need to make some defensive changes when I'm winning by 2 goals. They were clinical, weren't they? I mean, that's why they're a National League side. They're just clinical. I don't think I can make another sub. I don't think it's a competition. No. So we're going to have to fight on. We're going to have some knackered players at the weekend. We're going to keep with... In fact, I will go back to 3 up front. Ray Rigg can play as a pressing forward or something like that. Here they come. Long shot well wide. We have been the better team. We've done ourselves proud. If we go out today, then we can just be proud of the fact that we've taken Aldershot all the way to extra time. Okoro out wide to Richard Brown. We've got some really tired legs out there. They're a little bit more fresh compared to us. Here's Rob Mitchell. Charging down the right. Decent cross in. It's headed away though. Perry Miles back to Wilkinson. Perry Miles again. He's got Brown out wide. Brown. Oh, it's a poor cross. Richard Brown. I just don't know why I persist with him. Really. Here's Connell. That's a great ball. Where's Michael Huxell? What are you doing? Long throw though. Colburn. Into the box. Fawkes. Back to Mitchell. Come on lads. Jason Glenn has the shot. It's gone in! His first ever competitive goal for the club, and it's a beauty. We don't score many goals from long range, do we? That might be the best yet from long range. Colburn with the long throw. Fawkes wins it really well. Plays it into Mitchell, who passes it back to Jason Glenn, who curls it beautifully past the keeper. It's 4-4. I said you were in for a treat. What a game. And here they come, looking to get a 5th straight away, but Jason Glenn can bring it clear, pumps it up the pitch, looking for someone, but he can't find anyone, and they can come again. We're missing Mooney, we're missing McCann, a little bit of pace up front. Brown heads that away to Perry Miles. Perry Miles knocks it over the top, looking for a Goo. A Goo can't win it. And now we've got men charging all over the place. What are these 2 defenders doing? I'm going to play Ray Rigg as a deep lying forward on support in the middle. Just drift back a bit, pick up the ball. Fawkes is on a 5.9. He's not had a good game apparently. Here come Aldershot again. It's crossed to the back post. Richard Brown heads it away. Probably had a bit more time to take that down, but he decided to just pump it clear with his head. Oh no! Oh, good save, Okoro. We are all over the place at the back. These players, they're just... It's not helped by my tactic, but they're not the best defensively. I need to find better defenders. I've found it really hard to find solid defenders. It's why I had to bring Vince Boyle in for so much money. Free kick to Aldershot right at the end of the first half of extra time. Head to take it. And he curls it, and Okoro keeps it out at the near post. And we win it's a corner. They have come alive, haven't they, since we went 3-1 up, basically. And I kept attacking. That's crossed in, and it's right at the death. Well, at least it's entertaining, eh? It's all good fun. We'll have to go very attacking. Maybe one more long throw. Colburn into Morgan Fawkes. Back to Rob Mitchell. Into Fawkes. He's not on the same wavelength. He's had a poor game. Michael Huxell knocks it long, though. Headed away. Colburn again. Over the top. Fawkes, switch yourself on. You need to be reborn again. I think he needs to die and come back again, I think, today. Colburn heads that. Maybe there's still an opportunity with 3 minutes to go. It's pumped long. Is this going to be all over? Surely it is. It is. It's 6-4. What a ridiculous game of football. A corner at the death. Can we make it 5? Rig to the back post. Nah, it's headed away. Oh my. 6-4 for the second time this season. I love this tactic. It's just hilarious. Thought we'd have a quick Ask the Manager before the Scarborough match. And today's question is from Torsten, who has asked me, could you do a special Revelations episode where you focus on searching for regens, negotiating contracts, transfer fees and eventually signing them? Simple answer, yes. I will do that at some point in the series, maybe a couple times. My thinking is to do a pre-season special revelations video where I basically record all of pre-season and edit it. But I will obviously show how I'm finding regens, what I'm doing, negotiating contracts, deciding what tactics to play, who to release, etc. All of that stuff. Some of you might think that's a bit boring, but I know there's a lot of people that enjoy the behind the scenes stuff. So yep, I'll definitely be doing 1 or 2 of them throughout the series. Poor old Scarborough. Look at that journey. It's ludicrous that they're in our division. It's all good fun though. They're having lots of adventures this season. Their travelling costs and expenses must be huge. Anyway, I've pretty much stuck with the same front 6. Jason Glenn, Wilkinson, Walker, Mooney, McCann and Agu. They're all fit enough to play. Back 4 has changed. We've got our first choice back 4. Courtney, Smith, Boyle and Halliday with Okoro in goal. It's 4th against 2nd. If we win today, we should move above them on goal difference, I'd imagine. How many goals will we score and concede today? Hopefully not 6 at the back anyway, with our first choice back 4. Let's get on with this then. Plumbing Park is buzzing for this match. Courtney, long throw. This is where we've been good. Mooney, can he nick it on? He can, but it's caught by the keeper. Pummels it up the pitch. Hopefully Smith can win it. He can't. Here they come with El Bazedi charging at us at our back line. It's out wide to Holden. One of my relatives crosses it in. And Anan, volleys it over the bar. Agu does well to win that header. And here he is again. Agu back to Wilkinson. Decent ball for Mooney with the pace. He's round the back. Luke Boot. It's not the finish we required. Jason Glenn injured. Going to bring Perry Miles on. And I think we just play him as a regular central midfielder. Well, this is a complete contrast to the last match, isn't it? A draw would be a decent result against this team. I'm not going to make any changes. We're just going to keep playing our way, which hasn't really worked today, let's be honest. But maybe it'll come alive in the second half. But it's a corner to Scarborough. Whipped in. All headed away. But only temporarily, and that's fired wide. Corner, Thomas Smith to the back post. It's headed down for Halliday. Mooney! No, it's just not going in today. And we're asleep at the back as Abdo's through to make it 1-0 to Scarborough. Ray Riggs going to come on for Wilkinson. Here's Thomas Smith picking up the pieces. Okoro knocks it clear. Looking for... good header from Agu. And here's McCann. McCann's through. He has to be finishing that. First clear-cut chance of the game for us. Ray Rigg, free kick, deep into the box. It's through to Mooney, who makes it 1-1. Ray Rigg, the set-piece specialist, makes a difference. Now I'm going to take McCann off. We're going to throw on Morgan Fawkes. McCann missed his opportunity today. Now can we grab a winner? 10 minutes to go. Like I said, a draw is a decent result, but a win is even better. However, it's fizzled out, but they have a corner right at the death. Agu does well though to head it clear. And there we go. That's the final whistle. 1-1 draw. I guess that's kind of fair. Callum Courtney, our best player at right back. He has been really good for us, I must say. I really like Callum Courtney. He's only got 5 on crossing, which surprises me because he puts in some very good crosses for us. But he's physically good. Mentally, there's some decent attributes there. Only 16 years old. The crossing worries me. That needs to be improving, not going down as a wing back. So a loss against a team we were expected to lose against today in Aldershot, but we took them to extra time. 6-4, what a game. And a very solid point against Scarborough. It leaves us 4th in the table, 33 points. It is tight. 6th place Kings Lynn, just outside the playoff zone on goal difference, as you can see there. But we could go top with a win. It is really, really close. And we have had a very tough spell of games. In recent games we've taken on Kings Lynn, who were top at the time, remember, Gosport, who are in around the playoffs, Slough, Tadcaster, Tiverton I think aren't too far behind, Scarborough of course in the playoffs. Next up we've got Wimborne in 16th, then Farnborough in 14th, so we've taken on some mid-table teams over the next few games. Hereford, who we beat on the first day of the season, in mid-table surprisingly. Alton Casual, Basingstoke. So the new year, the first really tough game will be Totton, I suppose. We need to try and pick as many points up as possible over the next few games. Let's just have a quick look at the statistics before I leave you today then. So goals wise, Mooney is our top goal scorer of 13 goals. Agu, 12. McCann, he's growing into this team, but he missed a good opportunity today, didn't he? 8 goals this season. He is one of the older players as well. At 19, he's one of the older players. It just shows how young our team is. Walker with 7, Fawkes with 6. Mainly a substitute now, of course. Okoro's got 2. Mitchell, Thomas Smith, Corey Hines, Jason Glenn and Wilkinson have 1 each. Assist-wise, Mooney and Courtney 9 and 8. I mean, Mooney looks like he's going to pick up player of the season at this moment in time. Although his average rating isn't the best, it's actually Joe Colburn, surprisingly, with his 4 appearances. Sean Walker, out of the players that have played over 10 games. I mean, if he keeps it up, then surely he's going to get player of the season. Unless Luke Mooney can score like 30 goals this season, maybe. It does tend to swing towards attacking players, doesn't it? But Sean Walker's had a very good season so far, along with the likes of Mooney. Vince Boyle at the back, he's earning his money. I know we're conceding goals, but without him, we'd probably be conceding 10 a game. Jason Glenn's out for 5 to 6 weeks. That's a blow because he was just growing into this team. He was impressing me, and I quite like the Carolero role. It was working. His average rating is significantly improved since he's moved to that position because he was on like a 6.5 when he was playing as the ball-winning midfielder role. So we're going to have to play someone else there for the time being, maybe Perry Miles. But until next time, remember to keep on supporting Regen Rovers. All the links to the various social media accounts are in the description below. You can join the Discord and get involved there. And remember, I've got various merchandise. You can buy a mug. There's a little thing below this video where you can go and buy a mug, and of course these shirts as well. But until next time, enjoy Football Manager 2019. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.